So far, we've shown just one worker at a time, just because that keeps it simple to explain how things work. But of course, the goal is to run a large number of tasks on lots of workers. Now, what you could do is manually start workers by connecting to machines and typing in work queue worker on one machine, and then on another, and then on a third, and then on a fourth. And you could construct an application that way, but setting up all those machines manually gets old rather quickly. So instead, if you want to run a very large number of workers, you want to take advantage of a batch system. And let's suppose that you have an HT Condor pool running at your university. So if you want to run a large number of workers in your HT Condor pool, you'll use what's called a factory. And to do this, you run work queue factory, indicate the kind of the batch system, the name of the project, and the maximum number of workers that you want to run. The factory will submit workers to the HT Condor pool, which will go through its ordinary queue and scheduling algorithms, and then eventually start running on the pool. And then, once running, they'll contact the master, and the master will dispatch tasks to the workers. Now, this is very handy because it gives you a one-stop shop for starting up a large number of workers. And that number can be dynamic. If the master needs more workers, the factory will start them up to that maximum that you expressed in the command line. And if it needs fewer workers, the factory will stop them as well. If any of the workers should stop and fail for any reason, then the factory can restart them, and it will just generally manage your workforce for you from a single command line. The other thing that's really important is it gives you a single way to stop a large number of workers. And this is important. If you're using thousands of machines, you need to be able to work with your system administrators so that if something is going wrong, you can tear down the system quickly. So if you send that factory a Control-C, then it's going to instruct Condor to remove the workers right away all at once. So the factory gives you a single point of control for starting and stopping a large number of workers. Now, if you want to go really big, then you can harness multiple clusters. And that's simply a matter of running a factory on each of your resources. So let's suppose you have a HT Condor pool at your university, and then you have a Slurm cluster at some national resource. Well, you simply run a factory at each of those sites with the policy that you want, and it will start up workers at those sites, which will call home and connect to the master. From the master's perspective, it's just a large number of workers, all with a common facility, but from the management perspective, you can control how many workers and how many resources get consumed at each site. This is the method by which we've run our largest applications, running on tens of thousands of cores at multiple sites. So in summary, WorkQ is a concurrent program framework with a submit-wait API. WorkQ programs are invoked by building a master with some custom code, and then running multiple workers at all the resources that you're able to harness. Finally, you should use the WorkQ factory if you have a large number of workers to manage. To learn more, you can check out WorkQ at the URL below, which has manuals and examples and lots more information to get started.